Welcome back to the Life of Tone Challenge. Your boy Tone. We back with another video. AGTG, man. You know, we rocking. We waste some time, man. I hope God's open doors and people for all you want for people. In the almighty Lord name, amen. What's up? What's up, Rico? How you been, man? It's been
What's
about a month.
good, man?
What's going on? What's going on with you? How's
Ready
everything, my
for
brother?
football? Just got back from New York. Just ready for football, man. Trying to get back used to regular life. Working on content.
Nah, for real. So I went to his city over the weekend. He went to New York and just said F me. So that's how he feels. Like I can't visit Rico no more, man. It's effed up. So no, man. I'll be honest, man. He had a purpose of going up there. Yeah, it's understandable. No problem. It's all good in the hood. But yeah, man, I hope it's all is well, which I'm glad all is good. Yeah, man, I'm excited to do this one, man. It's definitely a spicy one. Definitely was looking forward to this one for a while. I do apply for a delay on this one, y'all. We just had a lot going on. It's life. We're adults here. We're adulting. So
yeah.
Yeah.
They understand. They understand.
They understand. It's life. So back with another anime talk. You guys already know. We're back with another one. This one should be fun. I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Hawk, what it do, Hawk? How you doing, bro? What's going on with you? So tonight's episode is definitely a special one. And definitely is one near dear to my heart specifically. We all love the hero. We all love the hero in the show. We all love the main characters. We all love the guys who saved the day, or the ones that destroyed the day in some cases. But nonetheless, we like the guy who is the main protagonist, the main star of the show. And we got 25 guys who made our list of the best of the best. These are the Clem that are Clem. These are the guys. These are them. These are them. That's it. Like, I don't want to tell you. These are the main ups who go crazy. Okay, these are the who are the best of the best, man. So I'm excited to all this one tonight. We're gonna give like a short description why we picked them at that specific spot and what made us put them there. And we'll go for 25-1. And yeah, man. And we'll answer a question and comment in about 10 minutes. And that'll be about it. This one's gonna be kind of more like to the point than anything else. Let's go to top 25, the bottom of the list, man. Who you got and why, Rico?
Bet. Just as an honorable mention to get it out the way real quick.
Yeah, honorable mention. Let's get all of them out the way. We don't gotta explain these for real. So you can explain your honorable mentions real quick, and we'll go ahead.
I just got Maple from the Fury in there because her character is just hilarious. How broken she is for an isekai, especially how accidentally broken she is. Like, she don't even really know what she's doing. Super broken, super hilarious. So I gotta have my girl Maple in there.
Oh, yeah, she is kind of crazy.
That's my honorable mention.
So I agree with that honorable mention. So I'll put that on my honorable mentions. Also got Asta from Black Clover, and I got Saber from Fate Stay Night / the Fate series in general. From Unlimited Blade Works at Fate Zero. Saber is insane. She's definitely the best servant on the Fate series. No offense to Berserker, no offense to Gilgamesh. I'm sorry. Y'all not her. Y'all not her. Bro. She is the nuts. She used Excalibur. She cuts all y'all niggas to hell. Like y'all go meet the devil. Like, I'm sorry, it's over. Y'all don't get to meet the Lord. Y'all go straight to the devil. I'm sorry, it's over. I'm sorry. You get to meet the Lord. I'm sorry. That's tough. But nonetheless, Saber is insane, and also just a very. He reminds me of Naruto in a lot of ways. Like the way he acts and the way he is and his mannerisms just remind me a ton of Naruto. So there was some nostalgia there with Asta. So that's why he was on my list as an honorable mention. If I had to pick another honorable mention, I probably would pick another one. But I would say Joey Wheeler from the original YuGiOh series. Mr. Lucky, Go Lucky, Lucky Smoke. He's the most lucky I've ever seen in my life. Like, this man is the definition of luck. If you met luck, you met this guy. This man was lucky. Everything was luck. Luck-based everything. Hope I roll a 6 here. Hope this happens. Flip a coin. Hope this happens. Yay, this happened. Like, sorry. I just found his run of luck insane. So, nonetheless. Number 25. The bottom of your list. who you got, my brother? Who you got right here?
The very bottom, I'm gonna have my boy Anso Gong from Overlord. A mix of broken and hilarious. A lot of the times where like his little underlings be like, "That's such a great plan. I don't know how you thought of that." But a lot of the times things just work out, and now he has to pretend like he knew that he meant for that to happen. So it's the comedy along with the side that like he's just broken.
Like, Lord, how do you come up with this plan? I'm like, stop calling that man Lord. And secondly, how you come up with it? I don't know, bro. But yeah, I can't disagree with that. That was a pretty good one. Yeah. His plans are like so like not elaborate, but they look like they're elaborate.
Yeah.
That is pretty fun.
They be filling in the blanks for him. Like, oh my God, this is a test. This must have been a test from you to see if I would use my judgment to come up with the right answer.
Facts. The whole time, he just knew they were filling the variables for him. But nonetheless, that's making this true though. That's pretty cool. Can't lie.
Yeah.
Number 25 for me is Soma from Food Wars. Didn't watch a ton of the series, but I just found him to be ultra competitive. I love this competitive. Yeah. I love his attitude towards competition. He never ducked it, which I love a lot. And he's just someone that's very, 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 very intricate and very detail oriented. You gotta be when you're making food, obviously. But nonetheless, I loved his attention to detail and his competitive fervor, which made me put him on my list at 25. So number 24. I'll go ahead and start this one. This is Kira Yamato. He is the main character of Gundam Seed. If you guys are familiar with the Gundam series, this is kind of the more wild ones when Zarf and the other army of the Earth Alliance start having this crazy OD war. It's like worse than Gundam Wing, worse than all of them. Like, this was like the ultimate carnage. And Kira is just literally the most calm killer you've ever seen in your life. This man will blow people's mobile suits up and just go by his life. Like, it's like another dude, whatever, bro. Another op. Like, he was literally O-block if he was a person. He's O-block the person. This man's like, all right, 63rd, that's it. That's it. Never op gone, bro. Like, he was like so calm and just deadly. Like, it was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
He had a broken mobile suit too. So shout out to him. Definitely the best Gundam of all time, I think. If not the second best after Wing Zero from Gundam Wing, which I have on this list as well. But he was definitely insane for me, though. My 24th. Very interesting character, to say the least. Cold hearted killer. Can't go.
Yes, sir. My 24th, I have Asta from Black Clover. Love his personality. Love his personality. But the problem with Asta is, Black Clover is kind of a good thing and a bad thing. There are so many characters I really like. I'm not even sure if Asta is my favorite character from the show. So that's just the only thing. I love his character, but I really rock with Yami. I really rock with a lot of people from Black Clover. So that's why I have him lower on my list, where it's like I'm not even sure if he's my favorite from the show, but he is the protagonist and I like him a lot. I mean, just first of all, that he never gives up. I mean, no magic and literally just out here giving people literal hands. I rock with Asta. It's my boy.
My man be Hallelujah. But yeah, nonetheless. Number 23 for me, and I'll go ahead with the 22. I'll go ahead to Rico and start this one off. But for 23 is Hiro Yui from Speed of Gundam Wing. Dude was just literally the most reckless dude I ever met in my life. My man was trying to commit suicide 100 times in one show. The dude was like literally did not care. Dudes did not care. Like if it involved his mission, he was willing to do anything to accomplish that mission. He wanted to kill people's daughters. This man was crazy, bro. This man was literally insane. He was the definition of insanity. If you put insanity to a character, it's Hiro Yui. He was insane. He blew up his own Gundam just to accomplish a mission, knowing he needed it later. But he wanted to accomplish this mission right now, and all he could do it by blowing up his own Gundam. He almost killed himself trying to blow up the Gundam. Like, dude is crazy. Like, I don't understand. Like, dude was insane. He didn't care who he had to step on. He didn't care who was in his way. Out My Way. Like he was Mr. Out My Way and Mr. Reckless. Like if Rico Reckless was an anime character, it would be Hero U. That is all. Who's your 23?
For 23, I have my boy Yuji from Jujutsu Kaisen. And
Okay.
the problem there is just, yeah. I mean, we're technically on to the second season. I haven't watched it yet, but it's only a few episodes. It's just been too short. I love his potential as a character, but we just haven't really seen enough for him to be higher on the list for me. And then plus, a lot of people love Gojo more than Yuji or even like Fushiguro or even Buddy to ask people what type of women you like. All that's like so. I
That
love.
dude funny as hell.
So I like Yuji, but
Yuji's cool.
just I can't put him higher than this. I like him a lot though.
I didn't put him on the list at all, and not even the honorable mentions because it's just too new. I just didn't want to be a recency bias type of person on that one, so left that one alone. But I mean, I'm not mad people that put him on the list. Like I don't necessarily disagree. I just can't do it. So number 22. Who's your number 22 then? I'm gonna let you start.
I gotta scroll over. Oh, I got Soma. Soma from Food Wars is my number 22. I made it pretty far. I think it's like a season or two that I haven't seen, but up to that point, I love his person. It doesn't matter how rough things look. That man is always super determined to make the best meal possible. Doesn't matter the circumstances of other people are cheating. His whole thing is that he can make a meal out of anything. All these other people are professionally trained, so they're used to having certain ingredients and stuff. This guy can take onions and apple and whatever food you feel like adding into that and making a 5-star dish. That's his whole specialty. So I rock with that. I like that spin on a food anime. Somebody that can make anything out of nothing because that's what he's used to. And he grew up not rich like the other people, so he had to basically get it out the mud. So I rock with Soma. If it was an action anime, like with real action and fighting, he'd probably be higher because like his personality. But all he's doing at the end of the day is making food. So
it's only so far you can go with that one.
Yeah.
I can't disagree with that one. Number 22 for me is Vash the Stampede from Trigun. Vash was one of those dudes, kind of like Hero, but not as reckless. Very calculated. But this man was a walking homicide. Man walked around with one gun, one double barrel pistol. That's all he needed. You run up on him, it was nice knowing you. Like you would get sent to the man upstairs. You would get sent to the Lord. Like what you say? Bah! That's Vash the Stampede. Like literally, like this man was literally just blowing up everything. Like Wild Wild West, whatever. Like, this man was unstoppable. You could not shoot this man. You were not doing anything to this man. This man was insane. But nonetheless, and Trigun's a classic. I know it's only a season or two, so that's why he's not as high on the list because the show wasn't super long. But nonetheless, still a classic. Can't go wrong with Trigun, and Vash was a very dry humorish as well. Like, he had a very dry humor to him as well. So can't go wrong with a dry humor serial killer. I guess. But yeah, number 22 for me is Vash Stampede from Trigun.
Yeah.
So you're so we're on 21 now.
21? Yes, sir.
We're on 21. So 21 for me, Zoro from One Piece. Like, it's Zoro, bro. Like,
oh boy.
My man's an ultimate sword guy, like, besides the next guy on my list. But Zoro, man, is just too fun, bro. And on the game, all the One Piece video games, I only play with Zoro. Like, I never play with Luffy. I never play with no one but Zoro. It's Zoro, like I said. Like, spam combos. I like them more on the game than an actual show itself. But nonetheless, like you couldn't go wrong with Zoro, man. Zoro's the man to play.
Yeah,
what's up, bro?
Oh, yeah, what's good, Joseph?
What's up, Joseph? How you doing, bro? What's going on? Been a while.
Yes, sir. If I would have, maybe I should have, but then that would have knocked a lot of people out. But if I would have had like more than one character from the same anime, Zoro would for sure be in my top 25. Then again, One Piece will have a lot of people, so I tried to limit it to one person from One Piece because I would have like 7 people.
Remember, had the whole show on the joke, bro.
Yeah, man.
You
So
call it the
Zoro
One
would have
Piece
been in my top
special,
25,
featuring
but that's
everyone
my boy.
else.
I love Zoro, my boy.
Zoro broken though. I love Zoro.
My 21, I have Denji from Chainsaw Man. Because technically we only have one season of anime, but I know quite a bit of the manga and stuff like that. And then even though it's still we don't have a lot on him, I just absolutely love his personality and like how just different he is. Like he doesn't care at all about being somebody's pet or anything. Like he just wants what he wants. He doesn't care how he gets it. So he's really unique. So I really rock with Denji just for being extremely different from any other main character I've really ever seen in an anime.
I watched a little bit of Kenshi the Mightiest Disciple, but I've not watched it as much as I wanted to. But I did watch a little bit of it though. Have you started watching it yet? Kenshi the Mightiest
I
Disciple?
haven't been able to get to it.
I want to watch a couple episodes, but I watched a little bit just for you. But yeah, I gotta get more more in depth on that one. Number 20. I'll start this one off. Is Rurouni Kenshin. Oh, Kenshin Himura from Rurouni Kenshin. I love the fact that the dude was a former manslayer. The man was just killing everybody in a different era. He became a wanderer to never kill anyone ever again. He vowed never kill anyone again to atone for his sins, which I did like a lot. I like that kind of storyline of throwing your old self away to put on a new self. So I did like that part of his storyline a lot. Also, another thing I liked about Kenshin was his personality. He's very vibrant. Dude was not like a walking like quiet killer or nothing like that. Like he was just super vibrant, super happy.
Mm-hmm.
Kids loved him, but play with people he cares about, then he just turns to a different guy and wants to kick your ass. But nonetheless. But the fact that he had an identity crisis at one point in the show, he ran into a person he used to fight back in the day, during the era, which was the revolution, was the Tokyo Revolution, when people was killing each other. And then the next era was called a Meiji era. It was an era of peace, and everyone was happy, and the revolution was over. Everyone was living peaceful lives until my man, that was his op. He ran to an op basically, and he went back to his old ways. Went back to Batosa the manslayer, trying to kill people. He tried to kill him specifically, and then you trying to figure out who he wanted to be. Did he want to be in this manslayer, or did he want to be Kenshin Himura, the human being that he was being before he ran to do? So that identity crisis is very interesting. And he picked the fervor, of course. And the rest was pretty much history. Like the show's pretty cool. On the redub. The redub sucks, but whatever. I'll try to rewatch it. The redub is trash. But nonetheless, I love Kenshin Himura though. So I'm definitely a big Kenshin Himura guy. He definitely is in my top 20 at number
20. Bet. My next guy, I had David Martinez from Cyberpunk. I know it's only one.
Okay. I like that one.
I rock with him. I had to have my boy David, my protagonist. Oh, the One Piece live action, I'm waiting to watch it with my mommy. So I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard great things. I'm excited about watching it. Because everybody I heard watching it, they like it. They're saying they finally broke the curse of live action anime. It's the first good one.
Yes. I've heard that too.
That's what I've been hearing.
I've heard that too. Hinata, Goku, Luffy, Tanjiro, Ichigo, Goku, Deku, Mash, Soma, Gon, One Punch Man, Saitama.
Yes, sir.
As I do from Megalobox. Oh yeah, I forgot about him. Crap. Yeah.
Just name a few.
I like when y'all bring people up that I forget about. So yeah. Who's your number 20 on your list, Rico?
So moving on, we on to So we are to. Oh, David Martinez was my 20.
Oh, yeah, number 20. Okay, so we're on 19.
Yeah,
So you go pick it.
19.
We're on 19. So it's your turn. You go first.
Bet my boy Senku from Doctor Stone.
Oh
I
yeah,
know a lot of
Senku.
people didn't
I
really like
like
the second
Senku.
anime that much, but
I like Senku. Senku's pretty good. Senku
yeah,
would have been an honorable mention if I didn't forget about it. I like Senku.
yeah, I love the genius plays. Like
Yeah.
they would be nowhere without him. Like, and some of his feats are crazy. That keeping count for thousands of years to know exactly what day, year, and time it is, and stuff like that. While he was petrified to start the anime, like, and he just pulls off ridiculous maneuvers. He's charismatic. I rock with Senku a lot, man. I wish I liked the anime more, but him as a character, I absolutely love.
That's why he didn't make my list because I ain't like the
Yeah.
anime as much as I liked him as a character. So that's why he did. That's why he didn't make my list. But yeah, my number 19 is Inuyasha from Inuyasha. Super long show, unfortunately, but dope nonetheless. The whole love story to him and Kagome is very interesting, and the backstory to him and YuGiOh very interesting as well. Can go on a little romance in the show. Also, the fact that this man was a half demon was absolutely insane. The fact that this man every new moon would turn into a human and be damn near about to die because he's so damn weak. It's ridiculous. He has to wait for sunrise to go crazy. It's like the exact opposite of like a vampire. I like that concept, like inverse. So like, at night you're weak as hell, and they're looking to kill your ass. If it like when the sun comes up, that's it. You just go crazy. Like I like that concept, so that's pretty cool. And the love story is pretty cool as well.
That's like Buddy from what's it called? The Who Decided That.
Oh yeah. Damn, why are you talking about? Darn it. I know you're talking about that's name.
I forgot it. Yo, what's his name? Seven Deadly Sins. I can't remember his name.
Oh, yeah, I forgot his name. I wish I could ask Chanel. I'll ask Chanel, but Chanel would know the name. But nonetheless, Inuyasha, man. Inuyasha is definitely dope. And it's similar to why we had with Shishomaru was absolutely ridiculous. The fact that Shishomaru had a sword that couldn't kill no one, but still was kicking Inuyasha's ass is ridiculous. That's the only reason he's not high on the list. But nonetheless, yes, Inuyasha definitely is at 19. I'm him. What's up, Jerry?
It was good.
So you had, I think you got to talk your number 19 character on the go list.
Bet. Next I got Gone from
That's a little low. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I got some. It's just, I mean, he's a great character. Like, if we're talking about top 25 best characters, he would definitely be higher. But for somebody that I super like relate to and really love, he's a little bit lower. Even though he's still top 13. I said
top 20.
13 from. Yeah, top 20. What are we at? Like 18 now, something? He's 19. Still up there. But I still love him as a character. I just wonder if Hunter x Hunter would have never stopped and we would have finished, he'd probably be higher up because we would have seen him defeat more enemies, stuff like that. Once we get a complete story,
yeah, I can't disagree with that. I can feel that. I've gone like a lot higher on my list, but that's fine. I can't disagree with that one. I think that's fine. Who's your number 18 then?
Then next up, I got my boy Vanitas from Case Study of Vanitas. It's hard to explain the anime. It's really like poetic and vampires and investigation.
Oh, okay. I've heard of it. I haven't touched it yet. No, I don't touch that genre of anime too often. So I might dive into it because you brought it up. So
it's basically like it reminds me of Bungo Stray Dogs, but not as good. But it's still pretty good. It's like a really artistic. You've never seen an anime like this before. It's really hard to compare to anything. The only other anime I've watched that gives me the same similar feeling at all as Bungo Stray Dogs, even though they're still different. But Vanitas is a hilarious character. His personality and everything, I just really rock his personality.
I can't disagree with it. Now, my number 18 is straight off nostalgic factor and storyline. This is literally straight out of. That's it. That's all I can give you on this one. The number 18 is Tyson Granger from the Beyblade series. So, guys already know I'm an anime boomer. So early 2000s, we had Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Beyblade, of course. And this is just straight nostalgia. Straight nostalgia. But I do like the fact that Tyson matured as a person over the show.
Yeah.
He's went from just a kid who was a nice competitive player, but didn't have a maturity logo along with it to reaching his potential, but also maturing as a man all at the same time. And being there for his friends, even though his friends weren't there for him all the time. And I like the fact that they came up with the team, the Blade Breakers, at the beginning of the show. None of them knew each other. And they grown together as a team, and then they kind of broke apart toward the end of the series to compete against each other, which I liked a lot. And I like the fact that it was all friendly competition, with no hatred between them at all. So I like that a lot, and I like Tyson's development over the show, honestly. But it was definitely all nostalgia here. It's like when I rewatch the series now, probably not now in my age, but just nostalgia. At this point, it's just straight nostalgia. Like it just,
I feel that.
I have all of my nostalgia animes in this kind of section between 18 and like 13. So and I just had to put my boy Tyson in there just off the nostalgia factor.
Super understandable. Super. All right. Next up, I got Yusuke.
Okay,
Let me see
you say
Yusuke.
you're a Messi, Mr.
My
Spirit Gun.
boy. Again, calling his sensei all kinds of cuss words. Even just who he was before he had powers, before he became a detective, like how he was just running the streets like as a normal human. That carries weight. Like, who are you before the powers get involved? Yusuke is
Facts.
top 10 without powers, easily. Easily
Yeah,
top 10
yeah,
without powers.
facts. I love Yusuke's character development too. He actually matured
Yeah,
over
yeah,
the show as well. And instead of him when he fought Sensui, instead of him just trying to overcome the odds, he knew what time it was. So he just like,
yeah,
let my friends get stronger off of my past and rather than me fight an unwinnable battle at this point. So I can't disagree with Yusuke. Uh, Kame. Ooh. That changes everything. But I like Tatsumi too. So it's like, I'm gonna leave that one. I'm gonna leave that one. All right. Number 17. This one definitely is all. This is all him. This is not in the show. The show is dope, nonetheless. This is all him because of him. Kirito Kikigaya from Sword Art Online.
yes,
Now,
sir.
I know
Yes,
I
sir.
love SAO. Shout out to Kirito right there. Right there. That guy. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Yes, sir.
I just love the show. The relationship he had with Asuna. This man was a player. Everyone loved Kirito. This man was a whore, literally. But actually fighting, this man was almost, he beat a creator of the game. Like he beat the creator of the game he was in. That's just broken in its own right. And then this man went to another game and beat their creator. Like that's stupid. Like that in itself, that's dumb. That shouldn't happen. First off. Secondly, the man was in a coma and comes back and saves the world off of a coma. How? This is dumb. Like, shout out to Kirito, man. The man was insane. He would be a lot higher on my list if it wasn't a protagonist list. But yeah, I love Kirito. Kigaya for sure. Definitely one of my favorites.
Real one, real one. Yes, sir. I
What's
think we're at 15. Let me 25,
We're
24,
17.
25.
We're 17.
19, 18, 17, 16.
Where's unless you already gave your 17 already. I don't think you
I
did.
say maybe, did I go twice in a row? Because now I'm up to 15. Because I had
You might win it twice in a row. Then.
Ainz, Asta, Yuji, Soma.
Because you were on Yusuke. You was on Urameshi.
Yeah. Well, whichever one I'm on. Next up, I got Mob. Just off of how ridiculously powerful he is, but oblivious at the same time. I love his character development where he learns to become less and less oblivious. But at the end of the day, he's still going to be him. And just being so naturally powerful. I don't think we ever really got a full explanation as to why he just was this extremely powerful, ridiculous potential type of guy. I don't think we ever really got a true backstory on it. But I still rock with Mob. The whole anime is just funny, especially blonde hair guy that's always messing with him and making stuff up as he goes along.
And Motorcycle is a pretty cool show. I can't disagree.
Yeah,
Motorcycle is a pretty good show.
But I rock with Mob. I like how nerdy he is, and he stays to that. Even to the end, when he's like, "I know I got these powers. Everybody now knows I got these powers." All of that. Still, just wants to be him. He just likes a certain girl. Just wants to work out and just chill.
Yeah, facts. Can't disagree with that one. Stay to himself. If we were number 16, Deku from My Hero Academia would be my 16. Deku had a ton of development for one. Number two, he always wants to reach his potential and never sells himself short. And number three, like he always was down for a challenge. I always like in my character. So Deku is definitely fun for sure. If we're on 15, I guess you can go ahead. But I think we're supposed to be on 16, but whatever.
I think I was number we're on. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 18. Yeah, I'm all the way up to. I'm about to be on my 14th right now, so I guess you should go again.
I'll just go ahead and try to get the 14th.
Yeah, go again.
Yeah. So number 15. You guys know I love all the YuGiOh series from the original 2 5Ds. So number 15, no surprise here. Yusei Fudo from YuGiOh 5Ds. I think arguably the best YuGiOh anime ever besides the original. Very arguable. A lot of people do love GX. They love Jade and Yuki. I understand. A lot of people even love the 6th iteration, which is YuGiOh Brains. I understand wholeheartedly. I like the show too. But nonetheless, if I had to pick the second best Yu-Gi-Oh series after the original, it would have to be 5Ds. And Yusei's black, okay? Like, shout out to Yusei for being black. Let's start with that. Yusei's a nigga. Let's start with that. Number 2, he came from the hood. You came from the hood to play children's card games on motorcycles. Okay? Put some respect on Yusei's name. Okay? He's a nigga that came from the hood to play on card games on motorcycles. Shout out to Yusei, man. Shout out to Yusei Fudo. I love the character development of him. I love the fact that he had a tough upbringing. The fact that when you look on the backstory, his dad was the one who created the original reactor that tore the city apart, which he made him live in the slums in the first place. And that he kind of had a silver spoon in his mouth, but not really. And he just really grinded for everything he had. And he always improved himself as a player, as a man. He was always there for his friends. Like always there for his friends, no matter what it was. He was definitely selfless and not selfish. So that's why Yusei Fudo is at number 15 for me. But now we're on 14, so you can go.
Yes, sir. I got my boy Jotaro Kujo from JoJo's Bizarre. Love how dead serious he is. Like, no jokes. Doesn't matter how much people love him. Doesn't matter how much people compliment him. Doesn't matter who he achieves. He's just dead serious, ready to move on to the next thing. I mean, from calling his own mom a B word every time she would annoy him by like wanting to love him and stuff. Like, leave me alone. And just his whole power situation. I don't want to spoil anything as maybe has not seen JoJo's, but his whole power situation. I just love it. And then his intro during his part of where he's there in JoJo's, like his main part, was ridiculous, especially the first intro of the first half of the season. Again, it's just him and his power. I absolutely rock with both so much. The moments he had with certain villains, I grew to love Jotaro a lot. I didn't think I would like him this much that quickly.
Facts.
My boy Jotaro Kujo, yes sir.
So
And then
that's your number
why
14.
does his hair and his hat blend in? That's always been so weird. His hair and his hat like literally blend into each other. It's so weird.
Nah, for real. Yeah, that is super weird. Number 14. This is number. I can just go ahead and give you 13 and 14 because they're both kind of like all nostalgia at this point. So number 14 for me is Ash Ketchum from the Pokemon series. Obviously, just all nostalgia. Pokemon theme song is something that people even play just randomly to this day. And it's been around for 25 years. Like you gotta give Pokemon its just due. Like I think it's a must. Do I love the series? Not really. Do I hate it? No. Do I used to like it? Yes. Do I still like it today? No. But it's still nonetheless a nostalgic factor here. And so you can't go wrong with it. I honestly speaking, like, if you get turn on a Pokemon episode, I might just watch it just because it's nostalgia. And number 13 is Yugi. What would be a you say if it wasn't for Yugi, right? I'm saying it's Yugi. I mean, nostalgia, like I said, more nostalgia here, a classic. My man said, my grandfather doesn't hold no pathetic cards, but he does contain this. Exodia, go away. Name go away. My man caught like, iconic moments. Like, iconic moment after iconic moment. Yugi beating Kaiba in Battle City, like this iconic stuff. Like this is stuff that you can watch to this day and just bring back the nostalgia of you when you watch it the first time. So yeah, that's I just want to get to the point with those two. I'm sorry, I can go ahead, Rico. I wanted to get kind of
Yes, sir.
But yeah,
my next up, I got Yoichi Asagi from Blue Lock. His character development was insane. His character development was crazy.
I like that show. I like that show a lot.
Yeah. From who he is, the first episode to the last episode we just saw at the end of the first season are basically two completely different people. It's just all for that. I gotta have him in my tops because I understand why he was who he was at first, but I also understand why he is who he is now. Yeah. Circumstances. So I really rock about the protagonist from Blue Lock. He went through a lot. He had to do a lot, sacrifices, all that type of stuff. That's my boy, man. I'm super excited about another season of Blue Lock, man. Super excited. I hope they don't let us down. Second seasons tend to disappoint.
Facts. If I thought about Akame, this list will all be different. I can lie to you. So I did number 13 and 14. So you go your 13 too, if you want to.
Then I got YuGiOh from Bleach, of course.
Okay.
Really rocking with YuGiOh. Love his personality, man. Super zero tolerance. Like, I mean, if you mess with anybody he rock with, and his friends, his family, he's not playing with you until he fixes the situation. He is not playing. If he got to go do a quick little training arc, he'll go do it, come right back,
and
finish what he started. Every time. Yeah, my boy. And then another guy that who are you before you had your powers? And YuGiOh was a real one before he even like actually really got into the whole power system. Just him as a base person. This is like a regular kid walking around.
Hollow with no powers. He's like, I'll fight this Hollow. Let's go.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
Crazy,
man. YuGiOh without powers. Yeah, real one, super real one.
I mean, we just learn how to control real one. My man didn't know what a Shikai was. He's still kicking tail. My man learned what a Bankai was. It's over. It was hell. It's over. I can't disagree with that one. So that's number 13.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay, that was 13. Okay, so we're at 12 now. You're gonna give your number 12 to actually see where you at it.
Then I got Satsuno from One Punch Man. Just off of from the pure funny and chaos of how he explained how he got his powers and just how noble he is. Like he just literally wants peace. He wants good. That's it. He doesn't really want much else. literally just wants the world to be a good place and is willing to fight anybody to get it done, no matter how ugly the situations are. And then just the fact that he's literally just satire, just walking around satire. We don't have to explain the logic of it. This guy's just really fine, and you just have to accept that, even though there's no real reasoning behind it. So his whole character is just a troll. When he has that super bald, regular look, sometimes it's just so stupid.
He irritates everyone he fights with that look. Like,
man,
why you so emotionless? What the hell? He's so mad at Saitama. Like, bro, shut up. You're annoying. I do have Saitama on this list eventually, but number 12 for me is Shiro Mio from the Fate series. I like Shiro. I love the fact that he started as like this frightened dude. He didn't want no confrontation, to want to be there for the people he cared about. I love the fact that he loved two women on the same show at the same time. One, his servant and Saber, and other Marin. I found that very interesting. But I'm glad that he let the love of Saber go and got Marin. None of my business. Not here nor there. I like the fact that one of the other servants had a backstory in Archer. He was actually an Emiya. He was actually him 500 years beforehand. And he had to fight himself. That's great. He fought another generation version of himself. Like that just, I can't even fathom that, but none of my business. You beat the best servant on the show in Gilgamesh. So nonetheless, I love Shiro Mio. Definitely a fun character to watch. And I don't rewatch Phase Zero yet, but it got very interesting. But the next Phase series should be pretty fire, nonetheless. If they do continue it, I'm not sure they will continue it. But Shiro, shout out to you, man. Very, very fun and intricate guy. And a lot of love stories for you, sir. I need you to calm down. That is my number 12.
That I guess go ahead and do number, because now I think I'm at my 10. I think Satsuno was my 11 somehow.
Okay, so I can go and kick out number 11 then. Number 11 is Killua Zodic from
Yes, sir.
Hunter x Hunter. He's just broken. Like the Godspeed form, the snatching of people's hearts in the middle of a fight, just snatch people's hearts out their daggone chest. Like
that was so early on too when you did that.
That was early as hell. Like the 10th episode, man, snatching hearts out of people. Like, bro, like broken, like insane. Like what the bro, like it without Killua, there's no Gon. So it's just this is broken. This is broken. I love Killua. Like, Killua was the nut. Insane. Just insane. So now we're both on 10. So who is your 10? We're in the top 10 now. Here we go.
Yes, sir. All right. I'm just waiting for more episodes. But this guy has the potential to be in my top 5, top 8. So a lot of this is potential, but my boy Rudy from Jobless Reincarnation, and that's a mix of that's just one of my favorite anime ever so far, and he just happens to be the main character in it. Like honestly, I do rock with a few people lower than this more than I rock with him personally, but the anime is so great. He's the clear cut. Nobody else is the protagonist in it. So that kind of rose him a little bit just by how great the anime is. But yeah, first of all, just how funny he is. I mean, you can tell he's just a grown man that had to start off as a baby, kept his memories even while he was a baby. A whole bunch of comedy ensues from all of that. Really smart, really resourceful. I really rock with his character as well, though. But the anime is ridiculous. Like, arguably the best isekai doing it.
Can't disagree. So that's your number 10.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of Saitama, here he is. Number 10.
Yes, sir.
Saitama! I think my favorite Saitama moment was when he fought dude and my man had all these powers and you literally just one punching the hell out of him and just was just kicking his ass. That shit was hilarious. My man was doing a straight face while kicking his ass and he was getting mad. That was hilarious. I forgot dude's name. The extra glowy dude that did all the power, like you trying to turn Ultra Instinct or something. Like, it was ridiculous. He kicked his ass. It was hilarious. But nonetheless, Saitama is the man with the plan. Shout out to Saitama. I love Saitama. He's hilarious. and the emotion of his faces is absolutely hilarious. So you give your number 9 actually. So
bet my number 9. I got my boy Joseph Joestar. Because JoJo's Bizarre is almost basically like a kind of a new main character every season, so that's why I was able to put 2 in this one. It's not like it doesn't feel like the same continuation like pretty much all of the anime goes. But I love Joseph because he's funny. Like the whole, like he's way sillier than the other Joestar that I mentioned. My boy Jotaro Kujo. Like he'll even do the thing where he's like, and next he'll say, and then he'll say it, and then the villain will say it. I'm like, wait, how did you know? Type of. It's just so stupid and silly. And even him as an older man, I'm rocking with him.
So.
Yeah, so I super rock with my boy Joseph Joestar. So far, where I'm at JoJo's, he's my favorite out of the 3 I've seen. Well, 3.5 because I've started the next one. So I super rock with Joseph. Even just how smart he was to figure things out, everything. He had to do what he had to do to save the world and stuff like that. So that's my boy.
So number 9 for me is Spike from Cowboy Bebop. Super classic, super nostalgia here. I like the fact that even though it was one season, it was a very eventful season nonetheless. A lot of changes happened very quickly. They assembled their team really quickly. Spike was going through a lot of things internally, externally. In the last encounter he had with Homeboy, that man Spike could have died like 3 times in one episode. It's insane. But nonetheless, love Spike. Cowboy Bebop's a classic. I did not like the real life version. That was absolute trash. It meant I ever do that. Swear to gosh, I would going to cry in absolute agony. But nonetheless, that's why Spike's not in the top 5. Oh, wow, Spike would have been in the top 5, but that real life thing kind of hurt me a little bit. It hurt my shoulder. My shoulder blade was hurting in absolute agony because of his foolishness. Whatever. Shout out to Spike though. I'll go and start number 8 real quick. Number 8, our first Naruto character, yay! It's not Uzumaki, obviously. It's Sasuke Uchiha. I love Sasuke. I'm saying, my man, Ultimate Chidori. Chidori, man. But yeah, nonetheless, I love Sasuke's development throughout the series. He was first a kind of in between antagonist, protagonist, not trying to figure out what the hell he was. He was a full-on villain, was destroying everything, fighting Kage and crap. And then he realized, okay, I'm doing this wrong. I need to honor Itachi better. And I'm going to go ahead and help the village. He wanted to do it his own selfish, desirable way. And him and Naruto got into it again for the 1 billionth time. And he realized that, hey, this is my best friend. I need to stop arguing with this dude and stop fighting. This is stupid. And I'm very proud of Sasuke for having the maturity. So shout out to Sasuke. He's now in Boruto now with the whole Boruto arc, with the Shippuden arc, and training arc with Boruto and Sarada. So that should be interesting to see how Sasuke continue develops as the new Jiraiya of that series, and how he kind of continues to mentor one Boruto Uzumaki. So that should be fun. I want to see how he kind of meshes Naruto's love for Boruto, but also his seriousness, and how urgent the situation is to defeat Kawaki. So that I think that'll be very interesting. That's why I have him on this list a little higher than some other people, because I like his development in another series that he actually kind of not starred in, but more of a supportive character, but nonetheless still a very powerful and prominent character in the series.
Still has an impact. No matter what, he matters in the story.
Facts. So that's my number.
So where are we at? We are at.
Well, I think we're at 7 now.
7. All right. For number 7, they super duper awful potential in only 1 season. But my boy Mashal, man, he is one of the funniest men. I'm not gonna lie, I like him even more than One Punch Man. Like one season of One Punch Man, one season of Mashal. I like Mashal as a character better, man. I didn't think I would think that, especially like from like a funny, super just hands type of person. I mean, he does have a lot of Saitama in him. Like you could tell the people that wrote Mashal maybe idolized One Punch Man at one point, but tweaked it a little bit. So I still got to give Saitama some credit there. At least that's what it feels like. But Mashal is just a funnier version and just more. The anime is more ridiculous than my boy Saitama and One Punch Man. So purely off of potential, I think the rest of the anime is going to be great. Everything I've heard from everybody I know that's caught up on the manga, that basically the story is already finished. Like we have like 5 or 6 seasons worth of story already done with the manga, and they say the anime should just only get better and better and better. So I'm basing it on that potential, and I absolutely love Mashal, man. He's hilarious.
What show is this?
Mashal, Magic and Muscles. It's like Harry Potter with Black Clover.
And One Punch Man, they had a baby.
Yeah, One Punch Man, basically.
All right, I'm gonna check that one out. Number 7 for me. Come on, Ichigo, man, Ichigo! Like Kurosaki,
yes,
man.
Yes,
I know y'all know what time it is. Valley of Blood War has been insane. The show's getting wild as hell, very, very quickly, and it's getting very OD. But nonetheless, Ichigo about to come save the damn day, and he is Ichigo to me. When you first watch Bleach, he's exceeded expectations in every way possible.
I can definitely see that. Yeah,
you look at him as like kind of this hotshot kid who don't really know anything. He's stupid. He's an idiot. He just goes out there and acts like a damn fool. But it's like now that Ichigo has some damn sense.
Finally.
He actually has some awareness of what's going on around him. He's ultra talented on his own already. So he's finally hitting his stride and finally hitting his potential. And he's breaking himself as a character. He's breaking the mold right in front of you, which I like a lot about Ichigo. And he's super loyal. That's another thing I like about Ichigo. Him and Uryu might be at odds right now, but I think he'll have Uryu come back around eventually. But I understand why. Like, Uryu was a Quincy at the end of the day, and Ichigo is a Soul Reaper with Quincy blood. But none of my business. None of my business. So is it super spicy that he can transform into a hollow? He has Soul Reaper powers. Also has a Quincy bloodline from his mom. That's a lot of stuff in one person. So that made it more intriguing about Ichigo and why he's high on this list.
Yes, sir.
We're almost in the top 5 now, boy. It's getting it.
We right there. What are we at? 6 now?
6, yep.
That. All right. I got my boy Rimuru Tempest from Slime.
Okay.
I love
that
how so overpowered. Literally, if it weren't for all of the long, boring meetings they have, which it kind of makes sense because it's a lot of government politics stuff. It's literally like different countries, different races. So it's like they gotta include it, but it just gets a little long drawn. But without that, man, Slime is one of my favorite animes to watch. First season starts a little slow, happy-go-lucky, then after that, things get serious. And then some of the moments he had, I don't want to spoil anything, but some of the moments that the main character has are just ridiculous, especially like recently. Those last couple of seasons or whatever, yeah, he got different. He got extremely different. So I gotta have Rimuru there. I don't want to spoil anything, but I gotta have Rimuru up there.
Can't disagree with that. So now we are to 6. And this one, I think this one will grow I think this one will be one that's near dear to you specifically. We're gonna talk Luffy for One Piece.
My boy.
Luffy's just iconic, man. Like Luffy's part of the Big 3 era. We're not going to expect the Big 3 era. Like it's not the best era of anime. For one, number 2, Luffy's just very eccentric. He's like eccentric boy mixed with like every single eccentric person made into a person.
Mixed
He's
with
a super
crackhead.
hyperactive. If
Which
he's a
is
super, he's a
he's a
crackhead.
crackhead. He just wants to fight. Nothing else.
I mean, he's just like super hyperactive as hell. Like I just love his energy. He's just super hyperactive. So Luffy's definitely number 6 for me. Gotta love Luffy. Even if you don't love One Piece, you just have to love Luffy as a character. You just I think it's like a necessary thing for an anime fan. Like if you even if you don't like the series, you just got to love Luffy as a character.
I agree.
Now we in top 5 territory. Now we in top 5 territory. Now
I think I'm still number 6. Yeah, I'm still number 6.
Yeah.
Bet. My boy Naruto Uzumaki. I really rock with Naruto, man. That's my boy.
Just missed
right outside the top 5, right at number 6. If you'd asked me like 4 months ago, he would have been top 5. But recently, a couple of people overtook him. Like literally, 2 anime that I've watched within the past couple of months have surpassed him. That's literally why. He was literally like number 3, number 4, and now he's number 6. I mean, for obvious reasons, his growing up sucked tremendously. I was tired of seeing him on those swings in that flash, but his upbringing was horrible, and to be able to defy all of that, and to find the good in everybody, like the Pain situation, Gara situation, always it's not like a fake bring the good out of the villains. It's like a true, genuine, like he just truly speaks to them. Like, yeah, I've been through it too. I understand what you've been through, and it's just how pure good he is and things like that, man. I really, really, really rock with Naruto, man. His character development, I wouldn't say he has as much development as Sasuke, but he still has a lot of development, though. I rock with Naruto.
Yeah, he definitely had a crap ton of development. That's facts. Not as much as Sasuke. I do have to agree with that because Sasuke went villain and then went back to being a good character again. But
yeah,
it's pretty close though, just because Naruto could have went dark at any second. Because
especially starting out. I mean, him and Gara were literally like almost neck and neck of like it could have gone either way.
Yeah, facts. And like especially with Naruto when he fought Pain, if Minato doesn't seal the Nine Tails, then you know what happens. He gets taken over by the Nine Tails. So nonetheless, yeah, they completely agree with you and Naruto being near the top 5 at least. Now we're in top 5 territory. Number 5 for me is gone from, of course, Hunter x Hunter. Hunter is a classic. Love the carnage of Gon and Killua. That's a duo that could never go wrong with. The fact that he was looking for his dad, I think that's pretty dope. And he's learning as he went along, like learning new techniques, learning like new evasive moves, and learning by himself too. Like you gotta understand, Killua number 12 when the show started. He was learning about himself as the show gets along and learning about who he should be around and Kurapika and I forgot the other dude's name, Leonardo, I think. Leonardo, yeah.
Yeah,
and glasses. Of course, Killua, he really got close to them and never let them go. It was A1 day ones, and that's who he was rocking with. Like,
yes, sir.
I just really like the fact that he found his day one people on the show. He went every adversary with no hesitation. He was not scared, no smoke. And on top of that, the kid was smart for his age for the most part too. So I like Gong, man. Gong is someone that I always would kind of really, 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 really respect as a character, and that will always be my top 5 of protagonists of all time. Because you gotta love the show on time.
Rocking with that. All right, so my number 5, I got my boy Sid Kagano from Eminence and Shadow. And for a lot of reasons, but probably my favorite reason is because like his whole thing is he in real life he really wants to be a superhero really bad, but it's real life. You don't have powers. Doesn't matter how much martial arts you have. He like knows all martial arts. He knows like how to do everything. But at the end of the day, he's still just a hero. So when he ends up going to the next world, he does everything, and then he actually ends up with powers. He does everything that he can to be the perfect like superhero, but it's kind of like a little villain, like kind of in the shadows type of guy that doesn't want any credit. So like the funny
Like an
part is,
anti-hero.
yeah, kind of a little bit, but he doesn't mind looking like a villain to everybody. Even though he's super the hero, he doesn't care about taking credit. He doesn't mind looking like the villain with the stuff that he does. A lot of people in anime think he's literally the villain. But what he does a lot of the time is like, this is the moment when the hero would do this. Like you can tell he like watches a lot of anime himself, or like a lot of cartoons. He's like, this is when I do my laugh. This is when I do my pose. Like, oh wait, I need to do this real quick. This is my time to make this type of entrance, like that type of stuff. So he like, you can tell it's literally everything in his mind is how to be the best hero I can be. Literally, like, let me pose this way. Let me enter the room this way. Let me laugh like this at this moment. Like a bunch of stuff like that. It, like literally says it out loud type of thing. So I really rock with him. He's hilarious. He's super powerful. If you're in the harems, he has like a god tier harem thing going on. It's just he's a different type of guy.
Can't disagree with that one. Oh, that's fine. That's pretty cool. I gotta watch it. That show seems pretty cool. From what you describe. Number 4, man. We already talked about him at your number 6, so there's no surprises here.
Yes, sir.
Uzumaki Naruto.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Pain. Uzumaki Naruto. But yeah, like you said, his character development, the fact that this man defeat every obstacle that went past him, whether it was pain, whether it was the Nine Tails itself to in the war, fighting Madara, Obito, even fighting Sasuke at the end for his friendship. It's everything. Everything about Naruto screams positivity, determination,
just pure
and willpower. Literally, like he lost Jiraiya and he could have just gave up, but instead, yes, he was a little vengeful. Given, don't like that fact, but he wanted to avenge his fallen teacher, and the only way he can do it was by defeating pain. And he literally day and night train in Sage Mode, train how to control the Nine Tails, train how to keep the Nine Tails in check at the time because he couldn't control it. And then when it was time for him to face the Nine Tails in order to control the Nine Tails, he did and made friends with his tail beast. And him and Kurama were friends and all the way to the end.
He earned the respect of all of them too. That was also
not just his, but everybody. Yeah. And a little bit of chakra for all of them too, because off the respect of all the tail beasts. So Naruto was just someone that everyone gravitated towards, and that's something that I cannot ever take away. I do lean towards Sasuke overall, but Naruto's a guy that everyone gravitated to. That's something they respect about one Uzumaki. That is my number 4.
Moving on to my number 4, I have my boy Dazai from Bungo Stray Dogs. I mean, just super smart, super. I don't want to call him anti-hero because he's willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done. It's more so the fact that he technically started off as a villain, kinda, and then just turned into a hero. And he just has a lot of villain habits while being a hero. But really smart, really funny, super strategic, man. It's hard to explain. You just gotta watch Bungo Stray Dogs to know why. My boy Dazai, he's technically not the protagonist. He's not the main character. He's like the secondary guy, kind of like a Killua a little bit. But super crazy, super rock with Dazai's character, his character development, his backstory, everything he's been through, what he's still currently doing, just different, just super different.
Okay. Number 3 for me. I want to give this man his just due. I hope I can't play too much of this without being copyrighted.
Bet.
But I was like, all right.
I can't hear it.
You hear it now?
A little bit. It's still really low.
It's still too low.
Yeah,
it's Smile Bomb from Yu Yu Hakusho. So obviously we're talking about
yes,
one
sir.
Yusuke Urameshi. So
Yes, sir.
love Yusuke. Definitely a big Urameshi guy. I love the fact that him and Hiei and Kurama and Kuwabara were a team for so long. Just love Yusuke. Ultimate potty mouth fool slash rebellious teenager. But nonetheless, like
different.
It just different. Like we know this kid had magical blood in him. Like we didn't know this man when turns a half demon all of a sudden. The fact that he had to confront his half demon dad about crap that did nothing to do with him. The fact that he went back after he went through all that to, make Keiko happy, I think was a nice ending to the show. The Dark Tournament is epic. I'm sorry. The Dark Tournament is probably a top 5 arc of anime all time. You gotta love Yusuke Urameshi. If you don't like Yu Yu Hakusho, I think you just love Yusuke. So
got to. You gotta rock
gotta love Yusuke. So we're top 3 now, man. What's your number 3?
Yes, sir. All right. Now, this guy has the potential to be number 2. I just got to see more. And just out of respect for number 2, I got to keep it number 2. But my boy, Ayana Koji from Classroom of the he has the potential to be number 2. That's my boy, dog. He's like literally Lelouch in a different world, different circumstance. Like literally the same cut, does not care. If anything, honestly, Lelouch has a little bit more of a heart than him, slightly. Because Lelouch actually has people he cares about. This guy literally doesn't care about anything besides just the making sure everything goes right, keeping everything at peace. But he's a little bit, he's basically a little bit more selfish version of Lelouch. Hey, man, my boy Classroom Elite, Ayana Koji, gotta be top 3, man. Really, my top 3 can interchange. Like the top 3 can be 1, 2, 3, or whatever, but they're in a tier of their own by themselves. I really rock on my boy.
Okay. My number 2. This is complete nostalgia. Again, one big time. My man, Goku-san, man. Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is an epic anime. I think a lot of people grew up on Dragon Ball, so this is not a surprise to anyone. If you're above the age of 25, you have grew up on Dragon Ball. I'm sorry. I don't care. You watched Dragon Ball at some point of life. I don't care. In your anime watching live, you've watched Dragon Ball. I'm sorry. I don't care. If you're above 30 or at 30, you definitely was the first anime you watched was Dragon Ball. So love Goku, man. Now I would say this guy is above him, like him a lot more, but I do love Goku. Goku is just he's Kakarot, man. Like, what the hell? Like Goku. Kakarot. Always had an arc rival with Vegeta. Like that's always a fun rivalry to see. From being friends to foes very quickly, especially in the blue arc. When Majin Vegeta was born in a way, and him and Goku went at it. That's epic as hell. The fact that Goku always surpasses limits in any given time, especially in the tournament power arc and Ultra Instinct and Master Ultra Instinct in the same tournament. I think that's absolutely insane. The fact he beat Jiren, that's crazy. The fact that Frieza still hates him to this day because he's stronger than him is just hilarious. So the fact that Goku has so many haters, I think that's probably why I love Goku so much. But it definitely Goku's number 2 for me.
I feel that. My number 2 has to be, again, out of respect, Lelouch, man. Like Lelouch, he used to be my number 1 until literally like just the past few months when my number 1 surpassed him. Lelouch, my favorite anime character for at least a couple of years, and I've only been watching anime for a couple of years. As soon as I watched Code Geass, he immediately became number one. Like literally became number one immediately, and then he just got overtaken recently. But yeah, I mean, for reasons that you can already explain when you get to it, that man is just different, dog. There's not really another Lelouch out there. Again, my boy Anime Koji is the closest thing to it I've ever seen in another anime, but there's no other Lelouch in anime. There's nobody.
There's no Lelouch. Yeah, that's this. There's obviously number one. We already said it. It's Lelouch. It's freaking Lelouch.
Yes, sir.
Broken. Oh my god. Love Lelouch Lamperouge. Very calculated. Everything was a chess game to him. The fact that he used his Geass as a chess piece, I like that a lot. He was very careful who he used it on. Very, very calculated about it as well. The only thing that I didn't like what Lelouch did in the series was use his Geass on Nolly. That kind of hurt me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. So,
yeah.
On your own sister, that's a little disrespectful, Lelouch. Right? Lelouch, stop. We went a little too far. If they use on Suzaku, I was like, come on. This is your best friend. You're going to use on your best friend. Come on. Not Suzaku. Come on. Come on, Lelouch. Darn it. Yeah, bro. Not Suzaku. Gosh. Those are two people he should never use Geass on. I think everyone else is fine. Cornelia was fine. I know he used Geass on Euphemia, Princess Euphemia. That made sense. Damn. That was a tragic death. I don't even think about it. But nonetheless,
that was terrible.
Yeah. I felt so bad for Suzaku. I felt so bad. I think he used on Colin too, I think. Did he use on Colin? Don't quote me. He might use on Colin right now. But nonetheless, the only thing I did not like him is using Geass on Nolly and Suzaku. Other than that, all hell Emperor Lelouch is the best moment of the series. He said, I said, I'm Emperor. Oh, hell, Emperor Lelouch. I'm like, oh, my God. My man went from destroying Britannia to just taking over Britannia himself. That's insane. Epic. Lelouch, damn it. It's Lelouch. Can't go wrong with Lelouch, Lamperouge.
Yes, sir. And then my number one, my boy Monkey D. Luffy, and like you already spoke about for a little bit, Year 5 is crazy, but it gets even worse when you catch up on the manga, dog.
It's OD.
First of all, One Piece right now, One Piece is One Peak. Like Lelouch was my favorite character, and I wasn't even exactly sure what my favorite anime was. But now catching up on the manga, One Piece and Luffy are both definitively my number ones because of where the manga is way past what the anime is at. Like way past. Like where
sense.
we are now, it's ridiculous, dog. It's the best piece of
fiction. I'm about to read the manga because the anime is just too darn long. So I'll probably read the most recent manga chapters. I haven't not read manga in years, but that's something I definitely need to start doing, reading more manga. But nonetheless,
don't go out of order. Go from like
I want to see the brokenness. I'm sorry. I want a preview of the brokenness. I want to see.
Bro, it's so ridiculous.
Year 5 is nuts, bro. Year 5 is nuts, bro. Oh my! It's so much more. I want to see the insanity. I want to see the insanity.
Bro, it's so much going on right now in One Piece. Like, the best way to describe where the manga is right now is that the whole anime, you're building up like, what would happen if this guy fought this guy? What if this overpowered guy ran into this guy? That's where we are in the manga. Like, everybody's starting to run into each other. It's not as many people doing different things everywhere else. Everybody's starting to basically clash now, and we're getting introduced to more important people.
Bugs Bunny on steroids?
Yeah, no, he's literally
basically like Bugs Bunny on steroids. He's just broken.
It's bad.
Year 5 is
Year 5. And then the character development, just from the beginning to where we are now, watching every episode, catching up all the way on to the manga. The most effort and time I've ever put into an anime. So yeah, Luffy got it. He's my number one for so many reasons I could talk about forever by itself.
Facts. Luffy, Luffy's him. But I can understand why Luffy's number one for you. I do understand why Lelouch is number one for you for a very long time, and Lelouch is still my number
boy.
one.
It hurt my heart.
Not gonna lie to you, if I had a different number one, if I went off nostalgic factor and only nostalgic factor, Yugi be number one. Like Yugi Moto be number one.
I can see that. I can see that.
And then probably I would say, yeah. Then I would say probably like Ash, Yusei, and then probably Yusuke would probably be my top four. And Naruto would be number five, just off nostalgic factor. And Sasuke would be outside my top five. But just off character development, actually loving the character, it's Lelouch, man. Lelouch is insane. Like, I'm sorry. The fact that he was so calculated. I understand why people love Luffy, though. Luffy is Luffy is insane. And I don't watch the show. So if I'm saying this and I don't watch the series, imagine how someone like you feels that loves, adores, and cherishes the damn feelings of baby. Bro, he is broken. Like, dude, it's insane. Gear 5 is retarded. It breaks mechanics. Like, it's like Jiren on Dragon Ball when he fought Goku at Kaioken Super Saiyan Blue times 20, and he couldn't even touch him. It's just dumb. It's just stupid.
Yeah, my boy Kaido going through it right now, bro.
My boy Kaido and just obliterating someone. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. It's dumb, bro. It's dumb, bro. That's just stupid. No, it's just stupid. Gear 5 is retarded. I definitely understand why people love Luffy, bro. I had to understand. Once I saw what Gear 5 did, I'm like, oh my gosh. This nigga's insane. Oh my gosh. This man is faster than crackheads. This man is uppercutting people to freaking Kingdom Come. My man is kicking people to new universes. Forget Galaxy. Your ass out of a universe. Universe 7, Universe 8. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's stupid, bro. Like,
One Piece has so many just characters. Like, I can see why somebody's favorite character could be Odin. Odin's backstory is one of my favorite backstories I've ever seen. Man,
I agree with that. I agree with that backstory.
Whitebeard, like it's Shanks. It's just so many people that I just love from One Piece. It was hard for me to pick one, but I just had to go with Luffy. Had to.
Facts. But I think, man, I think that's what we're doing for tonight's episode. I appreciate y'all watching. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Our next topic will be as follows. I'm going to go ahead and give out our next topic real quick before we get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So future live streams. So our next is our favorite romance anime series. So this is something that This is something that Rico might be kind of taking over on that one, but nonetheless, something will be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm not gonna lie, Sword Art is up there.
Romantic. Inuyasha is very romantic, so I got a couple for y'all.
I was say Sword Art is up there, underrated.
I love Sword Art, man. Y'all know I love SAO. Like SAO is just, oh my gosh, I might start rewatching again. I love the show. I'm sorry, I just love the storyline. So, but nonetheless, that is for tonight's episode. I hope you guys enjoy it. Subscribe to Street Scores, both his YouTube channels, Street Scores ATL, which is the Commander's YouTube channel, and also Street Scores U, which is his Bulldogs channel. I don't know if he started a gaming one yet.
It's like I haven't been on it in like a long time. It was actually one of my first channels. I think I made it before actual Street Scores, but I just haven't been on it. I need to get on it, especially with 2K coming out. Maybe I could blow up off of it. I'll see, but
yeah, okay. So after that, so I'll give y'all next couple ones actually before I get out of here. So next we got favorite romance anime series. We might give our top 3 or 4 or 5 or something like that. Maybe more just an open discussion video. Q&A is the Big 3 era, the best era anime history, if not.
Okay.
After that, we'll do the history of YuGiOh, our favorite YuGiOh protagonists, and the future of the actual show, and possibly the card game. Maybe we'll try to discuss about that a little bit. I'll probably want to kind of lead now one because I know about a lot more than Rico does. And then most impactful teacher / senseis in anime history.
That's fine. That's fine.
That episode not till November, but nonetheless, that one should be fun. But our second September episode is the romantic anime series episode. So y'all guys enjoy that one. That's gonna be fun. Me and Rico will be texting over the next 2 weeks talking about that and giving our list and getting that together for you guys. So, and we'll have more of an open discussion that time. We might have you guys even hop in and talk on the stream yourselves and give you guys your own perspectives on romantic anime series. You know what you want to say, Rico, before we get out of here?
Nah, man, I'm just excited. I have so many anime to get to. I'm trying to knock out JoJo's, and then I have like 5 or 6 I gotta pick from. What's gonna be next?
Yeah, I gotta finish watching Bleach. Definitely gotta definitely watch One Piece. Trying to fully catch up on that one. And the only other series I watch is Jujutsu Kaisen too. Now that's starting to stack, so I'm gonna start watching that.
Listen, I was letting that stack, letting Jobless stack.
Yeah, and now I'm starting watching Jobless Reincarnation. You've been talking about that show a lot, and I've not touched it yet. So
yeah, Jobless is ridiculous.
And Chanel wants to rewatch. I might got killed. So we're gonna rewatch.
Okay.
Ame destroy people. So that should be fun. But y'all, good night, y'all. Y'all be easy. Y'all be safe. Y'all stay healthy. Shout out to Rico again. Appreciate Rico for having us on. Thanks for being on the channel again. I love doing these collaboration videos with Rico, talking about anime. And yeah, man. Sorry for being late, y'all. We just had to come with these lists, and we ain't got to go. So, hope you guys enjoy it. Y'all have a good night, man. Until next time, y'all be easy, man. Peace. Yes, sir.